Hey Geralt fans, like I said, last video, range day was going to come up this weekend, so this is where I'm at. We are out at the range, so I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to give you guys like a full video unedited of everything that I'm doing, and then of course when we go out downrange and all that stuff, I'm going to break the videos up into a little bit shorter segments. This is episode 2, so we are going to go ahead and get all that stuff loaded up. I'm going to start out with my Hellcat today, so we're going to go ahead and load up 13 rounds into the Hellcat, and then we are going to load one up so that we can have one in the chamber, and then get another one inside the magazine, so that I can have a total of 14 rounds. So these guys, these are just standard 9mm FMJs. Nothing too special about these. These are literally just used for target practice. There's nothing too special about them, unlike the hollow points. So those are the difference right there. Is you've got one that is an FMJ full metal jacket, and then one that is a hollow point. So that's what you're looking at right now. So we're just filling up the weapon now or the magazine with a bunch of FMJs. Sounds like we also got another guy that's shooting downrange as well. So, all right. So just remember, gun safety. So, let me move this guy out of the way. There we go. So, weapon, make sure you have it pointed downrange. You load up your magazine right there. You rack it. And, oops, there we go. Wasn't even full battery. There we go, full battery. So, remember, when you're loading your weapon, pull the weapon all the way back and then let it go. Don't ride it forward, otherwise you're going to end up jamming the weapon. So, now I've got one inside the chamber, and I'm down a round, so I'm going to put my final round inside there. There we go. We're going to check. Yep, there is a round inside the chamber. And then we're going to put it right there inside the holster. Boom. And now we're going to move downrange. So, for the sake of just basic shooting, I'm going to go over a few things so we can all have an understanding of where things are. So with where I'm standing right now, facing this target, we're about 5 feet away from it. So we are going to shoot a little farther back, probably from right about here, which is maybe 10 feet, a little bit more. But this is the distance that we are going to be practicing with, okay? So first thing that you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you got your weapon, okay? You're just going to be pointing it downrange. You're going to ensure that your front sight is lined up with your rear sight, okay? So you need to have this guy right in the middle of this guy back here, the rear sight aperture, okay? Mine has a little U shape. Most of the weapons come off square, which that's just fine. So that's kind of what it looks like when you have it lined up. Is that front sight, that little yellow dot is supposed to line up just like that, okay? So you're seeing it from the perspective of the top of my head with my GoPro. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to practice some basic shooting. So what you're going to end up doing, here, let me put my weapon away first real fast. What you guys are going to worry about with your guys' stance, okay? With stance, you do not need to be squared up, okay? There's a lot of instructors out there that'll poke fun at you because you're in the horse stance, okay? Which is your feet are shoulder width apart, and they're side by side like you're standing on railroad tracks. Now, if you're new to shooting, there's nothing wrong with this, though you will be made fun of just a little bit. But the big thing that you got to worry about is making sure that you have balance. So what you're going to end up doing is take your strong foot, okay, and then just offset it just a little bit, okay? This is going to help with that recoil, help you have the balance that you need in order to shoot. So make sure that your feet are kind of off balance. You don't need it all the way back here and looking all goofy and all that. You need it just back just a little bit, all right? From there, looking at your target, grabbing your weapon again, you're going to ensure that your hand is high and tight on that weapon, all right? This right here, the beaver tail or the tang, get it all the way up high and tight, just like that, and then you're gonna grip it. Don't grip it so tight that when you're pointing down range, everything is shaking. That's just not good, but squeeze it enough that when the recoil goes off, that you'll be able to hold it and it won't fishtail and start popping up like this. You don't want that. You want this slide to come directly back as much as possible. And so that's where the left hand also comes in to assist with that. You're gonna take your left hand, or if you're shooting left-handed, then you're gonna do it the opposite direction. But since I'm right-handed, this is how I'm gonna do it. So right-handed, I've got 3 of my knuckles, okay? 3 of my knuckles are right underneath the trigger well. That's where I want my knuckles to be, just like this. Then I'm gonna take my left hand and I'm gonna take a couple of my fingers, and inside these grooves here, I'm gonna wrap my hand around, just like that, okay? And then from there, once that's complete, I'm going to point at the trigger. I'm going to not do stiff arm. That's not gonna help with your recoil. I'm gonna have my arms bent just a little bit. And then I'm going to, for basic purposes now, you're going to focus on your front sight, keep your dominant eye open, and keep your non-dominant eye closed, just for practice right now. We want to see where everything lands, okay? And then take your trigger finger when you're ready to fire, put it on the trigger, and squeeze, all right? So here we go. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right, that was 5 rounds right there. Let's go ahead and put the weapon in the holster. Let's approach. Oh, that was 6 rounds, my bad. All right, so let's see what we got here. So my first shot was here, and then I kind of scattered this one. I definitely pulled I pulled a little too much than I anticipated, so it jerked upwards, all right? So that wasn't good. But that was with my dominant eye open and my non-dominant eye closed. So I got it within center of the chest here, which is pretty good. This guy, that's an outlier, and that's not good. We want everything to be more focused inside here, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move from this target. Let's see, that was 6, so I've got a few more rounds left. What we're gonna do is we're gonna then move over to this target right here. I'm gonna put another 5 rounds aiming for the X, okay? So let's try this again from the same distance roughly, which is, I'm using kind of this line here to help navigate that. All right, so remember your stance, all right? Stance is 1 leg back, 1 leg forward. Take out the weapon, push it forward, make sure it's nice and tight. All right, and this time what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna have both eyes open, but I'm gonna focus on the target itself. So instead of focusing on this front sight, I'm gonna focus on the target, and then with the fuzziness of this weapon, I'm going to line it up as best as I can. So let's see exactly what we have here, all right? So, all right, that was off to the left. That was dead center. That was high. That was high as well. All right, weapon on, I have no safe, so no fingers off the trigger. Let's approach, let's see what we got here. So, oh, that one was bad. So it looks like my first shot was off to the left, dead center, and then I pulled the trigger again, or I wasn't holding it properly, so I pushed off far left, which was not good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I got 1 at least in the middle, that's good. but then I was high, so I need to come down just a little bit more. Okay, so we're doing good on that. So let's finish off the rounds that I have. Let's see, 5, 6, which makes that 11. Is that right? Yeah, 11. So I'm gonna use the rest of the rounds on this right target here, okay? Let's see what we got. All right. Okay, weapons out of the holster. Gripping it nice and tight. Got my support hand around me. Okay. All right, that was left. Just left of the X. Oh, there you go, I'm out. Okay, so my last 3 rounds are to the left. So there you go, clear it, yep, we're good. Rack it, put it back inside the holster. So my weapon, when I fired, I was off to the left, which means is that it's my trigger finger. So I need to get my trigger finger a little bit more over. I need to push it more so I have more onto the trigger. I think I don't have enough. So we'll see exactly how that works when I get this set up again. So let's go ahead and let's go back. Oh wait, nope. What we're gonna do actually is we're gonna take these targets off so that I can grab some new targets. So I'm gonna leave that guy right there just as a reminder. So let's go back. Let's load up again with the 9mm, and we'll shoot again. So remember, while you're out going and doing your shooting, have ear pro on at all times. Oh, no, that's trash. 1 second. So here we go. So weapon, check, make sure nothing's inside. There we go. And we're gonna keep shooting again. So let's load up both magazines this time that I have, so that we can stay down there just a little bit longer. Let's see, where's my other mag? There it is. Okay, there we go. Weapon down range, lock it in, rack it, let it go. Drop the mag again, make sure the weapon's pointed down range. Shoving that round, there we go, and then fill up the next one. The next one only's got 11 in it, but that's all right. It'll work out either way. So looks like we got some more shooters coming down. It's going to be hunting season here. Actually, I think the season, I don't know which season's open. I'm pretty certain it's deer season. Whitetail or mule deer, or there might be one and the same for down here. Not completely certain. They're coming into zero in their rifles. All right, let's go grab another target. All right, I'm going to grab one of my magazines and I'm going to put it inside my handy dandy mag holder. There we go. Then we're going to take this guy, point down range. He's got a round inside the chamber. There we go. Holster, and let's walk down. All right. So there's that. There's that. There's that. All right, here we go. We're gonna back up again, get a good distance. All right. Okay, here we go. So stance, remember, offset it, have a little bit of a bend in the knee, push out the arms. All right, now I'm going to exaggerate a little bit more. I'm gonna put my trigger finger farther into the trigger well to see if that will help pull my rounds going from left and bringing them more right. Okay, so here we go. So nice and strong right there. There we go, bullseye. That was high. That was left. Couldn't see it. There we go, all right. Safety on, no safety, then just get your finger off the trigger. All right, let's see what we got here. So, maybe 2 in the bullseye, 2 up here, 1 right there. Hey, you know what, that's pretty good. So I adjusted, and I think this one was just me anticipating the shot, which happens sometimes. And then this one, I just didn't have a good sight picture, and then of course that's where I wanted my rounds to land. So that was those 5 there. Very good. Okay, go back to the same line. All right, draw your weapon again. Here we go. So what I had done there was I had taken the padding on my finger and I pushed it more onto the trigger here. So I was ensuring that I had more padding on said trigger, okay? And what that did was, instead of allowing my rounds to go down to the left, it actually pulled my rounds more to the right. Let me show you how that kind of works. Let me take this guy out. There we go. So chamber's clear. So what that looks like is coming in like this will help make sure that I pull the trigger directly back, and that will allow me to keep my sights a little bit more. If I don't have enough padding on there, then I kind of push that trigger to the left, and because of that, makes me miss my target. And then if I have too much, I'm going to end up pulling it right. That's how that kind of works. So let's go ahead. Let's get another 5 rounds downrange real fast onto these targets, and then we'll finish off the other magazine on the silhouette. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna have one eye closed now. Let's see how accurate I can get now. All right, that was a jerk down to the left. I think I anticipated that. That was left again. Oh, that was definitely left. All right. So let's see what happened there. Oof, that was absolutely horrible. So I got 2 in the red, 2 in the white, and then 1 on the 8. Man, that was pretty bad. So I think what I had done was I anticipated the weapon, and I kind of moved my body forward, causing me to push my rounds down. So you'll hear a lot of guys say just pull that trigger until it surprises you. It is a good way to go about doing things. So I've got 4 rounds left. What we're gonna do is we are gonna put these last 4 rounds, we're gonna put 2 in that bottom circular there, and then 2 in the top circle. So let's aim for that bottom one first, okay? So here we go. All right. All right, 1, 2, okay. That one was pretty bad. There we go. All right, so aiming for the bottom left, I had my dominant eye open and my non-dominant eye closed, so that's where that happened. dominant eye open. I had 2 in the red. That is exactly how you want that to look. All right, let's swap mags here real fast. Okay, this mag's a little bit smaller, but still has a decent thumb grip here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, just for kicks and giggles, now you gotta understand, when you are firing, you want to aim center mass. That's what you're wanting to do, is you wanna aim center mass, okay? So, just because, honestly, it's the widest portion of the target, you'll hit more, okay? That's with just about anything, is aim center mass. For this sake, for accuracy's sake, what we're gonna do is we're gonna aim for the head at this point, okay? So if you wanna get your accuracy more and you don't wanna go grab more targets, just either blotch out the targets that you've already hit, or pick something else and make it small and aim for that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna aim for the head for the rest of these rounds here. We're not gonna do a speed round, we're just going to aim appropriately and start firing downrange. All right, there we go. All right, so of all of those, I missed 1. Right there. Technically, because I broke the line on these guys right here, I made it all. But, yeah, speed. I went a little faster on that one. So, the targets are a lot more spread out. But it was decent, just not the best. So that's what we've got so far. I'm going to continue to do some more shooting, and I'll give you guys a little bit more stuff, but this is the full unedited version of the video that you're gonna get. All the other videos that are gonna come are gonna come on shorts. So go ahead and check over on that portion of the channel. So thanks for watching, guys.